Hello, I'm IBX Toycat, and welcome back to another episode of Superflat Survival. I'm here in the flat, technically not super flat world, but I'm here in the world which is just grass, bedrock, and nothing else. And here's the deal, this is one of my favorite survival worlds, which is why I'm going to be doing some new survival-only features. One of those could be killing someone with a uniquely named weapon. Wow, if I killed another player with my axolotl, that would be funny. There's lots of things I could do, but today, the thing on top of my list is to try and get the brand new curse enchantments from villagers. You have always been able to get curses on the Bedrock edition of the game, but only via naturally generated chests, which means, if I'm not mistaken, getting it in books would be next to impossible, whereas now you'll be able to trade for these cursed books. This is a single-player survival world. There is no good reason that I would want to get these in any books. However, just for fun, right? Let's go for it anyway. Let's give it a lot of fun. So hello everyone, I'm IBX Toycat, and today I'm going to be getting some new trades. This of course requires me to get some new villagers, because in fact I've needed new villagers anyway, because I had a guy who would sell me protection, would be pretty cool given my given my armor right now, but he's gone, he died, as well as my efficiency guy. Which again is, I think that's probably more fine. I've already got efficiency on my shovel. I've got efficiency on my axe, and I've got efficiency. Well, I don't have efficiency on my hoe, but I don't need it on my. I've got efficiency where it counts. The only thing that matters now is getting some fresh villagers to go in these spaces. So I'm going to remove these dividing lines. I'm going to get some villagers in there, and I'm going to keep resetting their trades until they give me curses. It's gonna take no efficiency shears. Oh no, the shit. Oh wait, I do. Okay, you scared me, Duncan Wool. You made me worry that I didn't have efficiency shears. Of course I have efficiency shears. I have my priorities in order. You get efficiency shears and then the efficiency pickaxe. That's just the way you play Minecraft. So yeah, I need to give these guys a lot of food so they'll start doing the fun stuff. And as we all know, that's how life works. But curses are easy to get via fishing. But getting them via trades means we can repeatably do them in a very fun way, right? Why does this feel like a pre-recorded video, bro? It's funny, a lot of people get like, I've seen this both ways, where some people say, oh, why do you have a different voice for when you're doing live streams? It makes me feel like you're fake during your videos. And then there's people who are like, you know, like, why is it the same? Shouldn't a live stream be different, man? And I guess that's the thing about it. You can't please all the people all the time. You can please some of the people some of the time, and you can please all the people some of the time, and some of the people all of the time. But you know, that's definitely how the quote goes. It ends right there. That is all they have to say. So actually, I'll just put the full 64 and then take these 8 out. So yeah, we're gonna have to go get ourselves some. We're gonna get ourselves some carrots. I need a bunch of carrots anyway, because I'm still currently, right now, waiting for a thunderstorm. This is me basically doing some important, but still kind of busy work, while I wait for a thunderstorm to come in, because when the thunderstorm comes in, everything changes in this world. Everything, I tell you. No, as soon as thunder comes in, I'm going to be having... Also, you can probably see the world's a bit jittery, just because the pigs even exist over there. But I'm trying my very best to get as many gold ingots as I can this time. I've got looting free on my sword, I've got sharpness, I've got the ability to kill the piglins, but I need lightning so that all my pigs will turn into them, which just hasn't struck yet, so it's kind of a bummer. So, IBX Toycat was killed by chat using words. See, all we need is for someone to have the Minecraft username chat, and then we'll be good to make that joke. It'll be great. So yeah, here's how I make villagers, by the way. You throw carrots through the roof until they start reproducing. It's like real life. Like, you ever tried to get some people to make babies? You just throw carrots at them, repeat it. If you've ever been to a fertility doctor, which I'm gonna totally lie to you right now and say that I have been to a fertility doctor, then yeah, what they actually do is they'll sit you down and they'll be like, well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna lock you in a small box to, you know, like have you ever, you know how mules exist in the real world, right? Donkeys and horses just naturally breed if you leave them together long enough, you know, and they're well fed. And so, therefore, donkeys and humans are basically the same. Here is my master thesis on the subject. So yeah, we're gonna leave them in there, and then eventually they'll hop out. And when they do so, they'll come into one of these boats. I do happen to have a boat lying around right here. And so yeah, as soon as they leave the house, they end up in a boat one way or another. I'm going to break this boat, actually, and use this. You got to be really careful not to damage the golem when you do this. But there we go. Also, Bark the cat. Very, very cute that he's still hanging around here. I'm going to move you over here, just so you're not in the way anymore. And then we're going to put a boat over here. Now, that's every major way out. When a villager leaves this house, he will do so into the boat. And then we move him over there, and we do our crazy stuff. So people are essentially rabbits, says Cat Beanie. Also, can confirm, giving people food makes you more attractive as a mate. I mean, if that wasn't true, then the #1 date wouldn't be taking someone out to dinner, right? I mean, because the ideal date, you know, actually dating advice with Toy Cat, that's what this live stream needs. Okay, the ideal date, if you're, because again, a lot of people, the world like mysticizes dates, as they're like, oh yeah, they're this thing. They're like people who are, you have to really understand what's going on to do them. Like there's this whole game about like paying and what you do after the date. The reality is, like, if you like someone would like to get to know them better, do something you would both enjoy together. Or if you want to be really, you know, if you want, you can even be selfish. Do something that you would enjoy and that you'd enjoy sharing with another person. There you go. It's as easy as that. However, if you don't have any interests and you're boring, you can also go out to dinner because everyone loves food. Like I almost say that as if I'm like, you know, like throwing shade or whatever. But I love food. If you have something that's actually interesting, if it's not just, hey, we're gonna go to, you know, like something generic that you could have gotten yourself. Here's something really interesting you didn't know about. It's like, ooh, yeah. Show me a new type of food, but like not too new type of food. There we go. I'm excited now. So yeah, there you go. There's your date planning advice with Toy Cat. You know, if you like go-karting, take someone go-karting. If you like playing Minecraft, invite them around your house and say that you're gonna build a villager reproduction chamber in Minecraft. That's how you get ladies to get excited about visiting you, and/or restraining orders. One of the two. See, I think I'm gonna finally unload this chest and use this as my villager. Like, I need to keep paper in here and leather and all that stuff. So I think I'm gonna do that. I think after all this time, it finally makes sense to have this chest, because I'm never gonna use these stone shovels, right? I think that probably should go without saying. Like, there's just so many of them, and I have an enchanted diamond one with mending. So that's my new goal here. Also, by the way, like cake, everyone loves cake, and if you don't, you're a bad person. Yeah, have you ever? Okay, if you've never had someone in your life cook you a cake, and you've never seen how quickly it like reverses your opinion on them, then clearly you haven't been a human leader. Do I have a flint and steel? I don't. So if I want to burn these items, I should have to throw them on the ground. So that's what we'll do. I'm going to be very careful not to pick up those shovels. But they're all on the ground. They're all gone. I probably could get rid of these pickaxes. I should grind them down if I'm going to get rid of them. And then I could smelt them down using my definitely real smelter. Have you ever tried biscuits and gravy? It's an American breakfast. P.S. Looking handsome as always. Oh, we got two villagers, by the way, already here. Perfect. By the way, yeah, we're not going to go to sleep tonight, even though it would seem logical that we should. Solely because of the fact that I'm waiting for lightning, and we've got slightly better odds if we don't go to sleep. Actually, wait, maybe we go to sleep so we get more rain. I don't even know the way we do these things. But yeah, could you go to the Nether Toy Cat, says JP Gaming. Only if there was a way to get lava. It would be cool if someone was bringing out a Superflat add-on that would allow you to get lava on a world like this. That would be really cool. Would it not be, internet? We should all agree that that would be cool. Okay, don't go this way, don't go this way. I want you to go that way. Did they get the message? Are they going the right way? No, they're definitely not. Okay, let's try that again. We'll like pull them in, and then we'll pull them round. Okay, so this way. No, that's. You know, it's very hard to get villages. It's boat physics as a whole, not the strongest suit of Minecraft. Okay, so we're gonna bring them in. There we go, and now they're both in. So now we leave them in the boats. When they grow up, they'll immediately become these types of guys. And then we'll immediately be able to start getting some new curse books. There's no good reason to want curse books, but I just think it would be fun. I really want to have some curse trades. And is that a crime? I think you'll find it's not. So now we're going to make a ton of paper. Like, there's no other need for sugarcane on this world, and if there was, then I would certainly do it then. And now I'm ready to make some good trades when I get a decent villager thing set up. And then we're also going to put our... Well, I guess we're going to trade it first. We're also going to trade away our pumpkins and whatnot into emeralds. So, if I'm not mistaken, the armor villager can sell lava and Java. Says Miguel. So, Miguel, I've made this mistake for a bunch of trades. It's quite interesting how many people have made it too. There's a lot of times where villagers will buy something and you feel like they'd sell it. Like, you should be able to buy diamonds from blacksmith villagers, but you can only sell it to them. The same is true for armors. By the way, I take that as a no, lol. By the way, oh, sorry. Yeah, I was too busy focusing on the handsome bit. No, I have had biscuits and gravy. It's that weird white American gravy that I don't quite understand. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of white gravy. You know, I would definitely prefer my gravy brown, all things considered. But yeah, no, I've had biscuits and gravy. I don't even remember the last... I think I had it at Tim Hortons last. I was in Canada. So I don't think it's even like American. I think it's just that continent of the world. But yeah, I also... No, wait. Oh god, they just slayed an iron golem. And also they're coming into the village. Okay, so that's a big problem, right? That's a very big problem. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna... Oh yeah, they're all seeping over the border now. Oh god, do you hear that? I heard some bad noises. Okay, so the good news, I think we need to... So this place is lit up fine. I think we should invest in some torches for this area here. I think probably the entire way around the village, we could do better with some torches. Maybe? Because the village itself is lit up just perfectly. I think there's not going to be any mobs spawning here. But like that area over there is gonna cause me... Like, look at this. Look at the way the zombies have been spawning other zombies. So I think we have to either light up the forest or widen the gap a bit. I think we should widen the gap. I don't think it's hard to do. I think it's got great outcomes too. Okay, so let's just break this torch, place it over there, and then we'll kill you. Because also, I love fawns. I love that little getting hit because they hit me, as they should be. So yeah, this is a pretty clear-cut like corner, easy to deal with. Also, there's just so many mobs. I don't even want to kill you guys. So if we make this go in one block and this go in one block, it won't line up perfectly, but it stops mobs hopping the gap. And then if we just guarantee there's no way they can walk round to hop that gap, we'll be fine. Yeah, it looks probably fine. I mean, they could theoretically walk all the way around there, then go into the water, swim up the water, get up here, and then... But I don't think that's a likely outcome. So, how are you going to get torches exactly, says Cryptid. The cool thing about so the way it works is once you can trade for campfires, as we can do, once you trade for campfires, you have an infinite source of charcoal, because campfires cost 1 charcoal to craft, but they give you 4 charcoal back. They give you more charcoal than you put in, because they char the wood. Pretty cool fact, in my opinion. So let's sell you a bunch of these. Not all of these, of course. And then let's sell you a bunch of these. Get this shovel gun right back up. I mean, I use it too often, clearly. Also, yeah, we got another villager, baby villager born. Whether that's for the best or not is debatable. But, yeah, what matters now is we get a ton of sugarcane, we get a ton of emeralds, and then we can buy whatever books come out of these guys. We're gonna have to rewrite their signs and everything. I think I want Protection 4 again. Like, efficiency is probably wasted on me, but I think protection would be nice, right? Would you ever build a huge dog, says Whoa. It's the cool thing about Minecraft is if you have a really specific bad idea like that, you can just build it yourself. You don't have to hope that someone else builds a giant dog. Like just today, I was thinking, how many weird Minecraft blocks can I build a house out of? And I was like, it'd be cool to have a house built entirely out of doors. It'd be cool to have a house built entirely out of light sources. It'd be cool to have, and I was just like, I was even contemplating, like, you know what if I put together a video on, like, you know, the weirdest materials you can build a house out of? And yeah, I got pretty far down that rabbit hole. before I stopped. But yeah, I think it's a great idea for a video, clearly. Where do villagers get their unlimited resources? Well, you see, villagers live in a post-scarcity society. Right now, the only reason that, you know, we don't have nice things all the time is because we live in a society defined by scarcity. There is more want for resources than there is resources to go around. It's the fundamental flaw, or the fundamental problem we're always trying to solve with our economy. Is like, we have... You can't give everyone what they want all of the time because we have more wants than we have ability to deliver. And so even the most, like, utopian systems have to say, like, well... Also, wow, that's pretty good that Iron Golem can reach his arms across. It's very cool. Even the most utopian systems are trying to, like, fix this flaw of, like, how could you best deliver the most things for the most people, maybe. Also, the fact that there's so many mobs spawning here is kind of a weird thing, but it's fine. Cactus from Wandering Traders to build a cactus wall. Yeah, I mean, I've already got enough cactus, I feel like. I don't really have a great use for it all. I guess I'll have a use for it when camels come out. Not in this world, though. Also, I'm... You can see when I get close to this mob farm, because the game is just... It just doesn't have any of it. It's like, ooh, I don't know what's happening, man. I don't know what's happening here. But I must continue to breed the pigs. Because there must continue to be pigs. Again, the longer we're waiting for this, the more I want to take true advantage. With more and more and more pigs. There should be... When lightning strikes, the game will literally be next to frozen. I don't know how we're going to deal with that, but it's going to be great. By the way, when we hit 900 members, I'm going to be playing Java Edition Flat World for a day. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But if you like the Medium Salmon Edition and you've wanted me to stream it for a while, that's something we're going to do as a 900 member special. I think it'd be quite a cool thing. If you agree, then maybe just like Darren Hughes, you could become a member or gift some yourself. Hey, Dirty Dan. You're Dirty Dan? No, I'm Dirty Dan. See, I know the reference. I watched far too much SpongeBob as a kid. It's one of those shows where, like, you never quite get it. Even as an adult, you feel like, okay, I understand where the humor is, but I don't get it, you know? Like, as in, you don't... The show is, like, ununderstandable almost. In, like, a good way. Is there a good way? I certainly hope there's a good way. That's $50 memberships, remember, says Duncan Wall. It's a good way to put it. After YouTube's cut, that's a solid tip on the channel that also gives people like Funkin Emo, Funkin Boy J, access to a membership. By the way, do you like my house, internet? If you haven't seen the last episode, we were basically praying we'd get. I figured like 4 hours in the world, that'll get me some lightning. And so I built this. I built this in the meantime. I think it's pretty cool. I think those stairs are 1 block too far back, but I'm not too sure. And yeah, I think here we want to have like, you know, a trapdoor going down into the ground. See what's happening down there. Yeah, that's as low as we can get, but it's still something, right? Can you get lava obsidian from mob drops? Villager trades? See, it's funny because we've gone through all those feelings ourselves. JP Gaming. There's a character in a show I'm watching right now called JP, so it might be you, JP Gaming. Hello, says Harrison Gray. Hello. Yeah, the fun reason why Harrison wasn't available to edit today's video is because he was here recording a future video for the channel. Actually, we were working on a real video, but because of some fun mishaps in that video, let's say, there's going to be a new member. Oh, wait, okay, Wandering Trader, chat, we always have to collectively manifest hopes and prayers and everything in between. Believe that we're going to get a green dye. We can't get a cactus because a cactus can't be smelted. I know it seems like it should be able to, but there's just no stone in this world. Everyone, green dye. Not cactus. Whoa, not cactus. Green dye is, I think, the last major thing we need from him. If we get a lime dye, okay. But if we get a green dye, I'm happy. Oh, cocoa beans. I mean, I've got infinite amounts of those. Infinite amounts of these. This is something I can actually... Like, I think I can relish red sand. I don't know what for, but like red sandstone, everything, I guess, would be fun. And do I have the small dripstones yet? I think I do. I'm like 50% sure I've got some small dripstone. So I'll buy some packed ice just because, like, again, I feel like I should take advantage of this. Also, is the text up there really strange? Is that just me? Is that like how it's meant to be? We'll buy some packed ice while we're here anyway. Red sand is underrated. Is it underrated or is it exactly correctly rated in that it's like, oh, it's like sand, but it's red? That is how I would rate it. If I were to rate sand, which let me clarify, I don't spend all my days doing. That is how I would rate it. So, yeah, I don't think we want this leather armor, honestly. Actually, yeah, no, I think leather is the least desirable armor set. I think we admittedly want to have chest plates more than we want to have trousers and everything. But I don't think we want it very much at all. String, on the other hand, does have a real value to me. To make wool if nothing else. Phantom membrane, I think, is worthless, but I can't bring myself to get rid of. Also, how did you get the name Toy Cat? That's a good question. So, yeah, moving on to the next one here. Oh, wait, chat, I had something. I was going to bring it for the stream, but I totally forgot. Can I show you something? Okay, so everyone stare at my cows, maybe. Actually, no, we'll stare at the villagers, because that way we can see them grow up. Do you want to watch villagers grow up in real time? Okay, so we got 2 new guys, by the way. Guess they'll wander around the village. Okay, so there we go. Everyone just stare at the villagers together, and we'll watch as they grow up. Actually, maybe they'll suffocate, because I think they're too... No, they won't suffocate. Okay, one sec. I got some cider recently, but like the weird way that Americans say cider. Not real cider. Oh, internet. I come from so far away. Did I get more viewers while I wasn't sitting here again? Come on, guys. You can't keep watching the stream when there's nothing happening. You make me feel like you don't want to watch me for me, you know? That you'd rather watch villagers not grow up. Chair, blink twice if you need help. Sick Minecraft chat. I agree. Yeah, I've got some new villager professions coming in. I think I'll make them into farmers. Like, I'd rather have reduced price farmers. But, yeah, actually, I think I only want reduced price farmers. Now that I think about it. I guess I'll just kill the babies when it's convenient. Just like a real... As Kat has confirmed. The way... Oh, man, they're both being expensive. You're lucky see, but in the future, I'll just put this in my barrel over here. And then I won't have to sell it for cheap. Like extra paper goes right in there. How nice. We all want reduced price farmers. Yeah, it's all we want in life. We want good things and we want not to pay very much for them. So, yeah, while we wait for the babies to grow up, which is our next key step here. I also want my pigs to grow up, so I should probably balance these two things. While we watch these grow up, let me show you something, internet. I got me some apple cider. So, I only saw this at, like, this is an American thing, right? The idea of, what if we had apple cider, but it wasn't alcoholic? What if it was just apple juice, but with a fancier word? I actually don't know why American cider is generally not an alcohol. Like, it's a spooky, festive drink, right? Whereas a cider in the UK is defined as apple but alcohol. But anyway, I found this recently, and I was like, ooh, this is such an appealing color. It looks so tasty, and all it says is Whole Foods sweet apple cider, non-alcohol. There's Whole Foods, but only in London, by the way. There's like 8 of them. I went past one on the way home. And I couldn't resist trying out some American-style cider. And so what does it taste like? I bet it's just apple juice, actually. Because all it says is it's just made from fruit, made from hand-picked fruit grown in the Somerset Valley of the UK, whatever. I don't know how you meant to open these without your teeth, by the way. We call those hard ciders here. Is this a soft cider then? Mmm. Oh Christ. Yeah, I guess like what that teaches me. Oh yeah, that's some flavor, by the way. What that tells me is that like apple juice you buy normally. You know how like if you've ever had freshly squeezed orange juice, it makes it so hard to go back to like the stuff that comes in cartons, the zombie dehydrated then rehydrated stuff. This juice is just so appley. There's so much apple in my apple juice. But I don't understand why is that bottle so massive? Is the bottle massive? Isn't this like, what size would you expect a cider to come in? But anyway, yeah, it's delicious actually. I just don't understand why we can't call it apple juice. Like it literally says it's 100% apples. And again, this is an American company, Whole Foods Market. I think they're from Texas, right? So, an American company is selling me apple. Oh, there we go. Wait. Did I see him grow up or am I going crazy? I guess I saw him get pushed or something. So, okay, have you tried apple juice mixed with orange juice? No. Yeah, okay, honestly, I really like this apple juice. I'm just disappointed that I feel like if apple cider is just apple juice with like... I've heard it's meant to have spices or something added. Cinnamon, maybe, you would expect. But if it's just apple juice, I feel like I just paid for a very expensive bottle of apple juice. Can't believe you still did the drinking stream without me. You know, we have a resident Scottish person here. You know, if there's anyone in the world that should be most familiar with excessive drinking culture, it should have been you. And we didn't include you, which is really the most horrific thing we've ever done. I do agree. You know, it's our great shame. I'm going to blame everyone in chat but me for this one, though. That's what taking responsibility is. Taking responsibility is when you blame other people very publicly for your mistakes. And then you tell them to take responsibility. It's how it works. Trust me, internet. It's how it works. No, I really do think that sometimes it's important to do the opposite of what's a good idea. Also, cider isn't filtered, juice is. Wait, cider isn't filtered. So they just literally grind up. Why are there no apple chunks in this then? Unless I don't understand what filtering is. Yeah, honestly, I love fruit juice, even though I know it's just like, what if you could have all the good bits of fruit without the bad bits? Have you ever tried eating an orange, by the way? It sucks. Oranges are just a bad fruit. They've got so much... First of all, there's that peel, which is disgusting if you accidentally get some on your orange. Second of all, you know, like if we can leave that to the side, which I would like to say we should not be leaving to the side. Today I had the pleasure of meeting Harrison Gray in person. It was an amazing day for both of us, and it made me realize how much I love the Toy Cat community. Yeah, that's so that's really cool. Ezra Morgan met up with Harrison. I think that's actually I love I know there's gonna be some, like... I don't want to endorse it because I don't want to be held account... You know, this is me taking responsibility by saying, you know what, don't meet with people from the internet. If you met them through the channel, you know, like, you know, only tell me about it if it's gone well. If it's gone terribly, then that's awful, and I don't... It's ideal that neither of us learn about it, but, you know, jokes aside, obviously. I think I have to wait for them both to grow up, otherwise they're... Okay, well, he's a farmer. Or a fisherman. I'm not sure how that happened, but I'll see what I can do to trap him in here. I'll just take these from earlier. Oh, I put them in the chest because I'm dumb. I have to go grab those. Yeah, no, it's cool that a few people from the Toy Cat community, like, I really do think we have one of the more unique, and one of the best, if I'm being honest, communities here on YouTube. But, yeah, I think, like, the number of, like, people who are like, oh yeah, I met a friend, and here, is actually really, really cool. Also, oh gosh. I guess I can just do it in the morning when he wakes up. I guess that's no big deal. But yeah, I think it's a really cool sign when people can find people with similar interests or personality via shared YouTube. Like, it makes you realize that, oh god. Okay, he likes this one. He's attracted to this enchantment table, which is a bit of a problem for this, but that's not my issue. Which means all we have to do is place these blocks there. Okay, so now he will trade with this, which means every time I break it. Oh god, he's gonna... I don't think he's gonna unbecome a farmer until I... Wait, what composter is he even attracted to, actually? Did I leave one around somewhere, or... You know what, chat? That's a good question. Where are all these... Okay, so I think that's the No, that's gotta be the composter. This is the Okay, one of these is a secondary composter. Let's break one and see which one it is. Was it that? It was not that. So this one is necessary. Whereas this one is not. There we go. So we put a mushroom block where that was. We should take this away somewhere. We might need it in the future. I shall need it in the future. But that future is not now. And so now this guy should only be attached to this block if he... Okay, he became attached to another. I think it's this one, actually. So we have to break that temporarily, and there we go. Congratulations on becoming the 776th channel member, bringing us one closer to our milestone of playing Medium Salmon Edition. Oh, I'm just so disgusted when I say it out loud. Have you heard the salmon on that edition are always medium? No big, no small. It's medium only if you're a Java player. And people just play it every day. They don't even know what's wrong. That's what hurts. A lot of Java players don't even know how broken their edition really is. So it's nice watching this actually love, says the Jersey Help Herper. I know you mean live, but it's much funnier when you say love. So also, yeah, we now can keep breaking and replacing this guy's trades. And then eventually we'll get a curse. One assumes. We might get knockback. There are some enchantments we might actually want more than a curse, theoretically. But it's going to be good otherwise. Also, good to see you, Generic Ego. I feel like I've read your comments on a fair number of streams now. 1,000 away from the America number. The America number. Oh, that's, what is that, like 911, right? See, that's me being funny. You know, I think now that 20 years have passed, you can make 9/11 jokes, right? Those are the rules on when something's offensive. It's a tragedy, and then when 20 years passed, it becomes a meme. Like, you know, World War II, tragedy. But now you can make all the jokes you like about, like, ooh, you know, the what's that? The wall in France, the Maginot Line, and about how France defended their border of Germany. But then Germany just snuck in via Belgium. Wow, should have realized that one, Frenchies. See, I can make jokes about that. It's not a horrific thing. Vietnam War, wow, you know, can make jokes about that all day. Whereas, you know, like, COVID, I feel like, people aren't ready for the jokes yet. They're still like, yeah, I lost my nan to COVID. It's like, everyone lost their nan to COVID. That's, I mean, if you lost, you would, if, also bending again. Wait, is it cheaper? I actually think, I actually, let's do a fun one here. Let's pick on people for, also I'm too old for 9/11 to be a meme. That's the, I think, it could be that you've, like 20 years could be passed at a different rate for everyone. So maybe it feels like it's only 15 years to you and we're still in the sensitive period. Also, Impaling 5. I didn't know I lost my dad code. Thanks for letting me know. Exactly, right? Every single person lost every single relative to COVID. It's a widely known fact. Maybe it's a lesser known fact if you didn't even know. Now you do, though. But, yeah, it's, so I want these curses, by the way. Depth Strider, that's nice, don't get me wrong, but it's no curse. I think I do want Depth Strider. Like, it's only for traversing my own stuff, but it's still a cool idea. It's impossible for you to get a trident, Toy Cat. I know, I want Impaling anyway, though, right? You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes, oh, we got it already, wow. Lock that in. Lock that the heck in. So just throw these on the ground. Thank you for becoming the 777th member, Stephen Kimberlin. That is a fun username that you have. No, thank you very much. That's cool. Wait, 700. Did I hit the button twice? Are we one member above where we should be? Oopsie. I think I made a mistake, internet. We need a member so that my count is accurate. I can't take the count down. I can only put it up, which you would say is a flaw, but I would say it's not. I guess we got a curse of vanishing. What a good trade we've just made. We went from efficiency to curse of vanishing. What a dream trade that is. Curse of vanishing. Aye, okay. I like that it automatically moved down a line. I feel like on the console edition it didn't used to do that. Do you remember it? Has anyone here been playing since console edition and had to deal with that before? Okay, so we need to get a villager in there somehow. Okay, so we somewhere in this village there is a librarian who just doesn't know it yet. Do 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 do. I love this. Also, I lost my COVID to COVID. I cannot believe. If COVID's so bad, why didn't it kill COVID? Checkmate. I mean, disagree with that, internet. I think you'll find you can't. Well, see, having a farmer master in here is a waste. I'm gonna make this building filled with good farmers. When I cure villagers and they have a trade that is worthless to me, that's what I'm gonna do with them. Yeah, where is my... Somewhere in this village there is a guy who is connected to this table, and I have no idea who he is. Because even if it was this guy, then this table would now be reachable, right? Yeah, it's someone... Who is it? It's not you. You're unemployed. Or underemployed. I don't know your current work. Maybe he's in the trench somewhere or something. Oh no, there he is. There he is. He's just chilling in a boat, living his worst life, I guess. Okay, so I let him out, and he'll immediately run towards his job station, because that's where he wants to be. Pretty sure that's what he's going to do, at least. And then we'll go put him in there. So, this is how you do things in Minecraft. You just slowly push them. So, good luck collecting all the curses. Yeah, no, I've already got one of them, so... I think Curse of Vanishing is much more fun than Curse of Binding, because Curse of Binding can only screw me, but Curse of Vanishing, I think that's fun. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get him right next to here. Wow, using boats, not even necessary. All you have to do is, like, gently push villagers where you want them to be. And then we're good. Yeah, look at that. So, yeah, we're going to just do this repeatedly. We have to put this down. And the only reason why, because you might think, isn't he locked in there? Is because when we destroy the table, we want him to be stuck in place. So we can get the next trade done. Lure 2, not sure I'm lured in by that one. When you cure villagers, do they give you good trades before they're cured, or do you have to, or do they give you better trades because you're pretty much torturing them? Yeah, if you think about it, a zombie villager living as a zombie is living a free life. You take him away from that by curing him, and then you torture him so bad he's like, I don't even know prices. Just leave me alone. Here's some good deals. If it makes you promise not to do that to me again. So it was protection free for 25 isn't great. I might have taken it in a different time, but this is not one of those times. I know someone whose uncle died of COVID, and another person whose brother died of COVID. Because my husband knew everyone, I think he knew 4 people who died because of COVID. It is interesting. I think you said this before. The whole idea of like you're an introvert who married an extrovert. I think it's so funny that everyone has this basic story. There's that fun paradox that mathematically your friends have more friends than you. Right? That's a mathematical truth. It's not guaranteed, but it's more likely than not that your friends have more friends than you. Because if you have one friend and that friend has 2 friends, and the cycles go upwards, whereas otherwise you get trapped in closed loops. And I'm not explaining maths right now, but it's a mathematical provable thing that your friends have more friends than you. But it is also interesting that like introverted people tend to cling towards like an extrovert. They'll be like, okay, can you manage all this friend having for me? I don't want to deal with sending a birthday card every year and keeping up and saying nice things. Because, there's a lot of social niceties which aren't obvious or even, like, beneficial. They're beneficial for the sake of being beneficial. Ooh, feather falling. I would love to fall... honestly, feather falling on a perfectly flat world, probably a lot less beneficial than elsewhere, if I'm being totally honest. If we're 11 on this one. Also, why did I even buy trades from this guy? What was I angling towards? Ooh, mending for 38. What a bad deal. The maths is just wrong, though. No, so it sounds like everyone would have a equal number, but because you can end up in closed loops, or put it this way, the person who has the most friends in the world, everyone he's friends with has, like, all of his friends, mathematically, I don't know how to word this correctly. If you have 3 friends, and each of your friends have 2 friends, you are now half of their friend circles, while they're a third of yours. No, I'm not explaining this at all. I'll get there. I'll work it out. Okay. It's really easy to explain that just mathematically it works. It's really easy to understand, but it's hard to explain, I guess. Yeah, because people have different amounts of friends, and some people have 0 friends and 1 friend, etc. Okay, imagine a closed loop of 3 people, right? 2. Hey, Darren, thank you. You allowed me to finally get the member counter back to where it should be. And that is the real hero. The heroic action of what you're doing today. Also, I know it's the same Wandering Trader, but it's always worth checking. Just in case he's got some new trades for me. Orange Brian Smith, hey, congratulations. Is that your second account? Did you get gifted a second membership, Brian Smith? No, if you think about a closed loop of 3 people, one of you has 2 friends, both the other people, and now one of you has, and then the other 2 of you have 1 friend, which is, you're connected via that one guy. The two of you don't like each other because mathematically not everyone is friends with everyone. As long as there is a variance in the number of friends, you are more likely to have friends and more friends than you. You will have some friends that have fewer friends than you, but mathematically you'll have more friends that have more friends than you. Because, it's just like, I don't know, if you, if you're on a plane, you're more likely to be on a plane with someone who, if you take an average person on a flight, no, this is terrible. I wanna move this. Toy Cat, can donkeys spawn? Yes, they can. Do you want to see my donkey? As soon as I get golden carrots, which isn't like ridiculously hard, I can make mules And honestly, I think I should just get farming villagers just so I should convert these guys into farmers just so I can get golden carrots. Just so I can get myself a mule, right? The more friends you have, the more people you have to talk to. True story. See that? I actually, it's funny because you can do that two ways. Like, the more friends you have, the more people you have to talk to. But also, the more friends you have, the more people you have to talk to. If you don't talk to someone for a long enough time, your friendship withers away. It's a weird fact of friendship, right? It's weird because if you look at our romantic relationships, the system we have as society is if you want to stop being romantically involved with someone, you can't really just ignore them until that stops, right? I mean, you probably could, but I think that's considered to be a dick move. You know, same with family. You don't stop being a mother, brother, sister, cousin because you've ignored them for long enough. Maybe, you know, socially you can argue stop being a bleep 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 bloop when you do a thing, but for the most part that's how it is. But with friends, the way you stop being friends with someone is you just kind of stop. Friendship is like the only relationship which is always actively, like it has to be actively maintained. If you've got a good enough friendship, you can leave it for years maybe. Do I want power, by the way? A power 5 bow would be kind of cool, but not like cool enough to justify. Oh, it's raining. Okay, chat, let's dream real big. Is it gonna thunder? I sure hope it's gonna thunder. Just in case, we're gonna head over there now. Just, you know, it's always worth doing. Just as a preparation. Put some slime balls away, and I've got a red mushroom just sitting around awkwardly. Do have to say, I summon lightning. It looks very dark and stormy. You know, let's bring some carrots along with us. If we're heading over there anyway. Obviously, if thunder happens, we'll just run over. No thunder today. You don't know there's no thunder today. You don't know that at all. Also, wait, I need to get my curse of something. Oh, God. Lag is great. How do I get my cape coming from owning Bedrock and Java? You have to own it on the same Microsoft account, and you have to have owned it before they announce the merger of the versions. If that describes you, then you don't have to do anything. You already have it. If you don't have the cape, then you can't get it. No, for real. The way the cape works is if you don't have the cape, you can't get the cape. They give you the cape, you can't earn the cape. You feel me? You either earned the cape before they announced it, or you can't earn it post-announcement. Oh, it is laggy here, by the way. I don't know if I should, actually, breed more pigs. Well, I should breed one more, clearly. But after that, we're gonna... This is very ridiculous. Like, if you look at the... So, yeah, this is my... This is my retirement plan, internet. This is my big plan to make it big one day. But not today, apparently. There's no thunder. It'd be nice to have thunder, but do you see it? I love gameplay on my 2013 phone. Yeah, I do love the extreme, like, the extreme lag that we get when we head that way. And you can see how it slowly gets better and better as we walk further and further away. I kind of like it too. Those pigs looking like my sister, says Mask Zero. I don't have a sister, right? So I've never known. Is the goal to have, like, an ugly sister? Is that, like, a good thing that your sister is ugly? Or would you be like, yeah, I wish I had an attractive... Yeah, see, it's weird either way, in my opinion. But I've never... Like, surely it's like, oh yeah, my sister being ugly, that sucks. She needs to get her game together, you know? Like, learn how to dress, get an outfit sense going on or whatever. I don't know how, you know, women improve that. But you know, like, surely that's what you should be thinking right there. Or am I wrong? Is there no logic to it at all? Is it just that you like being mean to people? If you like being, I want an attractive sister, says Anchor 22. Well, we're gonna move on very swiftly from that. I got 4 brothers. I am the sister, says Cat Beanie. I would love. Okay, so I know anecdotally it's true. I'd love to know the actual scientific, or like at least some form of research into. Is it more likely that you would be like? There must be some traits in men that have lots of sisters that are different to the traits you'll find in women who have lots of brothers. You feel what I'm saying? Like, growing up with 4 brothers must make you slightly different. Not different, I'm not trying to say in a bad way, but I'm trying to say there's got to be something about that has some impact. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to claim I'm the scientist here. I'm just going to claim that I bet there's some interesting data that you can consistently point to and say, yeah, when you have this as a brother, I think it'd be interesting. I'm the brother and I have 2 sisters. So yeah, you're in the reverse scenario. There's gotta be interesting consequences for that. I just have no clue what those interesting consequences are. Because again, I don't know the data. I would just like for it to exist. Like there's so many things that we can't do because they're unethical studies, but like we might as well study if they've already existed in the wild. One is the twin effect, where they've basically we've always debated as a society what's more important, nature or nurture, right? Is it the circumstances about how you're born, like, or is it the circumstances and how you're raised, or is it born? Like, is someone smart because they're born from really good smart genes, or is someone smart because they're are raised in a, like, if you're raised in a household where your parents care that you learn and they appreciate your results rather than thinking, oh, don't be fancy learning mathematics. In this household, we don't learn trigonometry. We learn how to chop wood, son. Or, if you had a parent like that, you'd go a lot less far than if you had a parent who was maybe more supportive of you, I don't know, learning trigonometry or whatever else. I think that like there's always been that debate, and so there's this fun study that, because apparently it's a common enough thing for twins to be separated by accident at birth. Like, it's not like it happens all the time. It happens 1 in every 1,000 times. And so the most interesting study is they at some point these twins got separated, and one went to a rich household and one went to a poor household. And I genuinely I can't actually tell you which way around it went. Also, we don't have the emeralds to buy the Curse of Vanishing. Okay, well, while we look at that though. Okay, everyone's staring at my Curse of Vanishing. I actually forget which way it went. Twins separated at birth study. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I get this one right, because I don't want to get this entirely wrong, right? Okay, it's the identical strangers. Okay, so they were separated at birth. They reunited age 35. And, oh god, what's the... I want the TLDR version of this. But they ended up in very different circumstances, if I'm not mistaken. Twins separated at birth, and cruel experiment reveal how they were reunited. Oh god, whatever. It happened. I don't know what it is anymore, and I'm not going to spend time Googling on a live stream. But I love the data points on that show, like, you can be identical, but you're in different scenarios, and it changes you. What else would you be expecting on a not flat world? What else would you be expecting? A not flat world? Exactly. My world somehow revolves around women, says Stephen Kimberlin. See, I wonder if that's a circumstance of your birth, or if that would have always been the case, no matter what, because of the way, maybe you are in some ways. There's no way to be 100% sure. You can only be differing degrees of certain. So, sell all the pumpkins in. Collect those things here. Okay, we officially have gotten ourselves the Curse of Vanish. Wait, why don't I have it? Where are my books? Didn't I just make some books? Well, let's go quickly get some sugarcane. We'll chop down some stuff too. But, yeah, I think I think one of the most interesting things is the fact that you would expect, like, if they're siblings, surely it's down to their DNA wholly, but it wasn't. There was quite a big difference. But they had there was a lot of preferences which were eerily similar between the two, even though they never met each other. Which implies that, like, twins have a lot in common, even when they... like, you know, it's got to be the most depressing thing if you're a twin, because you have one person who is the most similar a person will ever be to you in the world. You know? I've heard there's this weird, like, twin sickness when one dies. The other's like, you will never find another twin. You'll find people you're more compatible with in different ways. Like, oh yeah, I'm a man with a beard and she is a lady with a saxophone. You know, there's compatibilities there. My mother-in-law has a twin brother and identical twin sisters. My granddad had identical twin sisters. It seems more twins happened back in the day. I wonder if that's, like, the bias of your... Oh, no, that's bad. I think there's just a bias in your family tree that everyone in your family tree has reproduced. Everyone in your family tree who didn't reproduce isn't in your family tree. You know? Like, because they can't be, because they didn't have children. Also, what should I put the curse of vanishing on, chat? I wanna put it on something... What deserves the curse of vanishing? Also, yes, beard and saxophone, the two character traits one can have. Yeah, I wanted to pick ones that no one could possibly be upset with. No one could be like, Toy Cat, why do you stereotype all women as having saxophones? You know? Not all women have saxophones. Not all women like to... I didn't want to get into one of those, you know? And so I avoided it by saying saxophone. Until you got in here with your dastardly listening to what I was saying. Okay, so I want to put my curse of vanishing on something, chat. I could put it on a boat, right? I cannot. It has to be like an equipable item. Not the boat. Just to clarify one more time. So we could put it on arrows? No. We could put it on shears if we wanted to. Probably not a good idea. Yeah, we'll put it on the pickaxe because the pickaxe... Yeah, I like that. I like that. Because now the pickaxe will vanish when I die. But if I'm not mistaken, I do have another pickaxe. I hope. You know, I don't think I do yet. You know, when I die, it'll suck. And I'll have no... This is like a prank on future me. Because I'm not going to remember that I did this to myself. I'm gonna level view right now. I'm not going to have any recollection about this whatsoever. And it's an expensive one to fix. Yeah, let's do it. Let's play a prank on future me, chat. You know, future me's going to love this. This is a good use of experience, okay? Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, it just kind of looks cool in the inventory. People are going to question how I did this. Put it on the totem, it's funny. It would be funny if you could enchant totems. I kind of want to know if you can now, actually. Your future self's going to get pranked so hard. Yeah, my future self is not going to be happy with me. Your future self is going to have some stern words to share with what past me has done for him. Picking on future Toy Cat. Future Toy Cat probably deserves it. Okay, so let's put the jungle slabs away. My chest is getting a little bit unorganized, but that's okay. Now we're going to grab our dirt, right? Yeah, our dirt. Actually, no, I need to make some more clay. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I think I want to build up some clay. Will you take your past self to court for this decision? I would love to take... There was a little while recently where I was like... It looked like I might have to go to court. Like I was... Oh, sorry. It looked like I might have to take someone else to court, maybe, is a better way to put it. I didn't do crime. Someone else crimed on me. It's quite fun. I feel like I would enjoy court. Like, I don't want to go the... Like, I want to go to court as the aggressor, so I'll feel better about it as a defender. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the scary thing to me that, like, you go into this room, and if you do it wrong, then someone now gets to take away things from you. You know, like, that's... And they're legally... If you don't give them the things, then they send people around your home to, like, take away items of value equivalent. Yeah, that just feels incorrect to me. You know, call me old-fashioned, but I don't think people should be able to come into your house and steal your things. I would say that's a crime. I would take them to court if that wasn't the very part of it. But yeah, just to clarify, it would have been small claims court. I think small claims court isn't criminal. It's like obviously, I think crime implies like someone wronged me financially, right? And so I looked into the process of like, okay, and they kept basically threatening like, you're gonna need a court order for what you want to do. It's like, you don't understand the law, but I wanna make sure that I do before we proceed any further here. And so I was looking into it for that reason. It's a fun story. I'll tell it sometime. Me and all my homies bully Future Toy Cat. You know, chat, you're gonna love this. All of you are gonna remember this, but I have worse memory. And so when I learn what happened, I'm gonna be so upset. It's gonna be great. So yeah, let's keep breaking all our melons and pumpkins. Also, I really need this lightning. I don't know why it's taken so long. I feel like it's never taken so much grinding before. But maybe we just wait. Maybe we politely assume. So yeah. By the way, how's your Tuesday going, everyone? I went on a really long walk today. I went on like maybe like a 90-minute walk followed by a 20-minute walk followed by a 10-minute walk. So like not like insane. But it was like it's like the longest like city walk I've done in a while. My legs like hurt when I got home. I forgot how you need to build up your leg strength after a while. You feel me? Do you feel me? Also, they can't in Scotland. We don't have bailiffs. Yeah, I've actually, so this is one of the weirdest things about the UK. I know technically America is the same in that there's a different legal system in each state, but there is also a federal legal system which the states are subservient to. So the states only handle law until the federal system says, hey, how about you stop doing this? Well, see, I'm gonna sell my iron to this guy so I can see what it'll offer me at level 4 and 5. I'm going to go over there, do that, just to get this done. I'll get some nice emeralds for it, too. It'll be worthwhile. But, yeah, one of the weird things about the UK is in England and Wales, there is one legal system. In Scotland, there is another. And in Northern Ireland, there is a third legal system. And although there is, like, in some amount of theory, there is like, there's like a unified one country there's an intra-country system, I guess you could say. But yeah, in Scotland, there's a lot of things that are just done very weirdly differently. Here's a weird example to me is the way you buy a house in Scotland is really, really different to the way you buy a house in the rest of the country. Like the process is it's flipped. You gotta do it all to my mind, in reverse, which is funky. Also, the UK is so confusing at the moment, says Ari Bones. I don't see what's confusing about the UK. I mean, we did just get our third Prime Minister. See, the funny thing about our system, a lot of Americans immediately say, wait, there's no term limits? And it's like, yeah, we have leaders for as long as they are wanted, basically. Not by and it's representative democracy still, so like it's not, we don't care how long they're wanted by the people necessarily. We worry about how long they're wanted by, but it means there's this, that even though we have no term limits, so theoretically you could have a leader that lasts for 20 years or whatever, as we've had. In reality, what tends to happen way more is you have politicians who leave the UK for like, 44 days is our new record as of this year. But like 2 or 3 years is much more common than 20 years. Or even getting to 10 years, as there's only a half dozen people that have done that. Maybe the bailiff has a different name in Scotland, says Clever Frey. Apparently, so Cat, I don't know if Cat, I believe Cat is not mistaken because she is Scottish. Apparently they just, when you get to that stage, it's like, yeah, what are you going to do? And I guess it makes sense that how much of the legal system really boils down to a bailiff will come round to your house. Like, if you, like, you might assume that you need to have bailiffs for a legal system to function, because if you don't have someone who will, like, force someone to pay their debts, then what are you gonna do? But I think I would say that actually most of the time people pay money to someone is not because they're worried about, you know, someone coming around and stealing their stuff to force them to pay the debt. Yeah, at least that's my experience. At least, let's see if we can trade with the farmer. I don't know why I can't. He's right there. Come on, man. I need to trade with you. There we go. So trade all these in, and I'm not going to sell these yet. I'll just put them in this chest. Heck yeah! So I've got a lot of emeralds back. I can now buy a second book if I want to. Should I do that actually? Get me a second Curse of Vanishing book. It's a nice book to have, actually. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. I like having my Curse of Vanishing pickaxe, but it will vanish on me. So I might as well buy the book now. You know, the book is always better, is what people say. And we just had rain, so I think it's worth resetting for another set of rain. I don't know if that's true, actually. Is it? Yeah, I don't... No one knows anything at this point, let's be honest. So now we've got a second Curse of Vanishing book, and we're going to put that in an item frame somewhere. What do you need for an item frame? It's leather, right? So we'll go kill a cow. Make an item frame. Make a bunch of item frames, maybe. No, I have some lying around in a chest, I just realized. Don't need to deal with any of this. Although, since we're here anyway, let's just, real quick, slide in my food to my food chest. This is the most, like, awkward chest in the world. I have item frames lying around in a chest, and I've got this little place for them. So, where are you, item frames? Item frames, there we go. Some would say this is too many item frames. Thank you, Stephen Renfro, for becoming the 783rd channel member. I guess I'll put it on my house, and then my house will just vanish one day. That'll be funny. That'll be a good troll for future me. No, it's gotta be somewhere centered, right? Maybe the Great Mushroom of cool enchantments. Yeah, let's do it. So it doesn't actually show the curse on there. I guess it's not technically named that. See, it feels weird to just put it there, but yep, this is now officially the Mushroom of Vanishing. It will eventually vanish. It'll be great. Also, yeah, we have a new wife. Hello, new wife, says Clay Frey. Good to see you, by the way, Clary Frey. I definitely said your name wrong. Also, I think you've definitely changed it. I guess, it is weird that YouTube has so many different systems for names. Like, they went really big at one point on, like, yeah, the way names should be on YouTube is you should always use your real name. And then they're like, oh, a lot of the times real names don't work very well on the internet. This is something we could not have possibly foreseen. And so now there's, like, a weird patchwork of how these things work. What does the Curse of Vanishing do? It vanishes... No, when you die, you lose your, When you die, anything with Curse of Vanishing on disappears forever. Some would say that's actually quite a severe penalty. I would say that's just exactly severe enough. Also, good to see you, Craft Mama. How are you doing today? Yeah, it's just my YouTube name because I used my real name previously. It's crazy how much power real names have if you have a slightly not... Like I think I was mentioning this before, so I'm not going to go into too much depth. But a name is useful in the real world as, like, yeah, if your name is John, everyone knows they can use the sounds that make the word John to refer to you. Okay, that's pretty reasonable. We're all good. And then, like, okay, well, when there's only like 100 first names that exist, when you go to the next village over or the next town over, someone there is going to be called John. So you'll be like, oh yeah, I'm John off Aragon. I'm John the Smith. You know, whereas you're John the Carpenter. John Carpenter and John. And then eventually you go for enough of that, and then, like, you know, like, you got middle names and extra names and all, you got all this nonsense going on. And I think the internet, like, there are so many John Smiths. There are so many, I'm going to find the first name in chat. It's funny, okay, Nicholas Bischoff. Even a name like Nicholas Bischoff, that's the first one you've heard of, I guarantee you there are dozens more of him. There are so many Nicholas Bischoffs in the world. Daniel A, the worst thing is having the same name as a serial killer. I have the same name as a, the opposite of a serial killer. Like, he was arrested for serial killing, but then he got let off. Turned out he didn't do it. You know, that's actually what got me into I like tangential learning. That's an example of what taught me about there's this you might not know this exists, but there's every jurisdiction around the world has a different rule for this. But if you wrongfully imprison someone, it's like the worst thing you can do as a government, right? I was kind of saying earlier, like, how without bailiffs, civil debt doesn't mean anything to some people because, well, why would you ever pay your debts if there's no enforcement mechanism? So the government, the thing that defines modern day nation states more than anything else is governments have a monopoly on violence. They can use violence to solve disputes between what might otherwise be violent parties. You cannot use violence to solve your disputes. You know, like, if I wanted to, you know, again, I think I'd been financially wronged and I was going to have to go to court to deal with it. I can't just beat the guy to death. Or I can't even threaten to beat the guy to death. Isn't that crazy? You know, woke culture these days, you can't even threaten to beat a guy to death because he owes you money. I mean, I think we've gone too far, honestly. I think, but, you know, jokes aside. Damn society these days. Can't even threaten to beat a man to death. You can't even seriously harm a person because they've wronged you in some way. Whereas the government has a monopoly on that. But so one of the worst things the government can do is use that power wrongfully. And so given that we have like prison, which is a place you go when you do not so great things, it's really, really, really important that when you go to prison, you go there for the right reasons. And so if you go to prison and it's later proven that you didn't deserve to go there, the government pays you a certain amount of money. I know this because, again, the serial killer, my name, that guy, like, he was disputing the amount of money he got because he lost so much of his life. Yeah, I guess it's probably a good thing that I don't go into the workforce and people Google me and find that. There's the cool thing about like getting older is there's now more famous people with my name. My dream, my prayer is I'll never be the most famous me. But yeah, I think my middle name is Johannes, says Nicholas Bischoff. You might be the only Nicholas Johannes Bischoff. Yeah, I think that's interesting. Also, everyone chat, don't give out your middle names on the internet. Don't be doing that. Anyway, yeah, so I also learned, you know, tangential learning's cool because I learned about the whole, like, the government gives you money if they wrongfully send you to prison because they kind of ruin your life. So there's like and also they take away your earning potential. Like, you can do this like by state and by country, but if you think about it, when you're in prison, not only are you living a terrible life because you're, you know, like you've lost all your freedom and whatnot, you're living a terrible life on that level, and then also now you've lost the ability to make money all those years. You can't have a job and go to prison. Also, everyone say their full legal name. That'd be really funny. Yeah, everyone say their full legal name, their first pet, and their mother's maiden name. Just as and the last 4 digits on your credit. Like, just funny, you know, like. There was a serial killer named Toycat. My middle name is Louis, says David Solomano. You know what? What was your first pet? What street did you grow up on? Tell me all these details and more. Also, you have issues with getting a new job. Oh, whoa, do you see that, by the way? Oh, right, the daylight cycle doesn't go correctly when I'm in this part of the world. Do you see that? It's getting really, really light, and then it gets dark again. Yeah, Minecraft just isn't very good at dealing with this level of mobbage, I guess. Yeah, I guess, okay, during the day I should come here, but not during the night. Probably. Yeah, that's the lesson I'm taking from this. So, absolute madman Darren Hughes. Absolute madman indeed. Gifting 5 more memberships. bring this up to 788. Darren Hughes single-handedly runs the membership program on this channel. We're getting closer and closer to like 1 in 3 members on the channel being from Darren. It must be close to 1 in 2, honestly. Like it's every other member is a Darren Hughes gift. Also, yeah, my hey, Nicholas Bischoff, I'm happy for you. We were just talking about you, and now you got a membership. In Bedrock Edition, Journey member villagers buy a lava bucket from 1 emerald as part of their trades. Okay, chat. All we need to do is get ourselves. All we need to do is. Also, oh, it's getting loud. All we need to do is. All we need to do is get a bucket of lava, and we can get emeralds. I've been gifted 4 months of membership, and somehow Darren has only given. Oh, did you see that again? It happened one more time. Also, hey, David Salamano, you've been behind. No, the generous benefactors, allowing people like Melody Sketch to get memberships, very appreciated. Thank you so much, David. Friend of the channel. And indeed, friend of the members who are getting the lovely music. Rebecca White, congratulations. Proud of you. Keep it up. I mean, I don't know how I can be proud of you, actually. I mean, you got gifted a membership. You know, enjoy the member-only video coming your way right about now. Okay, so we're gonna sell, not this guy. We're gonna find the guy who's currently a low-level toolmaster. I think it's you. Yeah, it's this guy. We're just gonna sell him iron. There we go. Okay, I sold less than I was expecting to. So we have to keep going and selling iron through the next level too. If we sell too much iron, then he'll lock us out of the trade, so we're gonna stop selling him iron now. And yeah, we can keep doing this for every toolsmith we have. Hey, Ian's Natural Kitchen! Wait, Natural Ketchup. You know, Ian's Natural Ketchup makes way less sense than Ian's Natural Kitchen, right? Can we all agree on that much? Can we all get that feel? Oh yeah, he made the iron farm finally. Oh, it was so much pain, Duncan. You don't want to know the pain we went through for the iron farm. No, I think, honestly, I'm pretty competent at making iron farms because I've made 2 now. I might make a 3rd just for fun in the Let's Play. Yeah, that's... No, I'm just kidding. I have always wanted a poppy farm. So I might make a poppy farm now. But yeah, it's such a pain to learn. What's your favorite Halloween candy? In the UK, okay, America does every holiday way more intensely than the rest of the world combined. That's just a fact about life. Now you know. Also, 14 emeralds versus 14 emeralds. Not the best we can do. So we don't really go big on Halloween. Like, I feel like, I don't know, that we don't go big on Halloween is all I'll say. And yeah, one of the consequences of that is we don't have Halloween versions of snacks. We just don't have them, you know. Poppies there, ha ha ha. Is Poppies the old one? You know, yeah, it'll be for Poppies. I might use it to. You know, I don't. Yeah, there's nothing else I'd want besides Poppies from a golem farm. Definitely, honestly, I barely know who cares about Halloween this year. Oh wait, Curse of Binding. Was it always called the Curse of Binding? Am I going crazy for thinking it wasn't? Yeah, that's probably it. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly sell some paper to him and a book. Okay, so hopefully the farmers will sell me a bit more real quick. Yo, I need some emeralds. Oh, that's expensive. Need some emeralds. Hopefully you're not gonna screw me on this exchange rate between pumpkins and there we go. Yeah, that's great. So don't sell them all of them. Sell them like okay, that's too many. And then sell like, I don't know, 2 of these just to get it done. And then run over here to my guy quickly before he changes his mind. Curse of Binding. We don't even need to sell the paper, actually. Okay, we officially did it. We got the... I could put the Curse of Binding on the... No, you can't put a Curse of Binding on a sword. Only armor, right? Actually, wait, can you? Yeah, it's only armor. So it's a really bad idea to put on anything else. I could put on these boots, for example. But if I wanted to, I can now have Curse of Binding armor. I'm just saying. Don't you think that's great? I'd never be able to enchant them again. So I would really hate that, actually. Yeah, it would just be objectively awful. But we officially did it. We got the second. So I can now put that as my sign. Put this there. Break me that sign. Curse of Binding. That's right, chat. I officially did it. I officially got both curses. As soon as they're out, make sure I get them. So now I need to get another villager to actually get... I mean, I've got fawns, technically, should I want it. Do I have fawns, actually? I forgot where I got fawns from. Definitely one of these guys. How many curse enchantments do we have? I only know Curse of Vanishing and Curse of Binding. Yeah, these are the only two curses that exist in Minecraft. I think it's one of the weirdest ideas they've ever added, and they clearly don't love it so much if they haven't added any more. I would love to... I'd love to sit there at a Mojang meeting and come up with curse ideas that, like, actually add to the game. Curse of Binding. There we go. Curse of Binding, Curse of Vanishing. This is the cursed mushroom plant. Cursed trades, please explain. We just did it. I got the cursed trades right now, Wilfo, the Pig MC. So these are enchantments, and these are curses. It is kind of weird that curse is in the enchantment name and it's red. But yeah. Also, I think these curse enchantments are intended for the combat update. Yeah, It does feel very strange that they wouldn't add more. I don't... You know, like, how about there's a cursed enchantment that makes your tool... Like, what's the reverse of fortune? You never get... Whoa, that's actually a cool curse idea, right? It's a curse for your pickaxe that makes it not mine blocks on the ground. So, that's it. Someone write this down. That'd be such a cool curse, right? Because you'd actually use that sometimes, but it would also be a negative. Curse of Confusion makes the tool work on every block type except the one it's intended for. Yeah, I think honestly that's like powerful. Curse of Confusion, a tool works on... I guess you could make it like it's useless on the type that you would want to use it on. No, that's not fun. That's just making it the Curse of Nerfic, the Curse of Nausea. Yeah, Curse of Nausea would be really cool. When are we going to see more Nether Tunnel? Says JD MacDonald. Oh, it's raining again. Okay, lightning this time. Please, Minecraft. You've got to do this for me. Okay, if we get thunder, I'm running. Actually, I probably should run there right now, just in case. I'm very lucky to get a second rain so quickly. Obviously, goes without saying. But yeah, we're just gonna mine the pumpkins, get them out here. I think I'm gonna make a bigger pumpkin farm near my golem farm. By the way, I'm not sure, but I want to do it. Everyone manifest lightning. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Also, different villager, new one. Manifest some green dye real quick. Oh, grey. I think we know. Yeah, there's nothing here we want besides the bucket of tropical fish. It's a shame. It's a shame. So yeah, we're gonna eat before we go because otherwise everything starts to get a bit broken. And we're also gonna quickly trade to the farmer. Just offload my melons. And I'll put the rest of the melons in, the rest of the pumpkins in here. Alongside my paper. There we go. Nice. Okay, let's run to the other side of the world. Just in case it starts lightning, I want to be here for that, you know? Everything does get a bit laggy when I'm over there. But if it makes the rain last longer, is that a bad thing? What green did you need? I need green dye. I need specifically green dye. I'm sitting here, and I'm praying for it, and it's just not happening to me. So yeah, that's how you get the curse enchantments. Pretty cool that we did that. Also, they could re-add luck and unlucky effects to Wandering Traders. Yeah, a curse of bad luck for a fishing rod would be pretty cool. Like the opposite of whatever lure is. Would be fun. They should add negative enchantments like breaking. That actually would be really cool. If it's unremovable, then you can now use the speed of a diamond pickaxe, but the durability of an iron pickaxe. Like, which might be cool for map makers. Just saying. You know, I need to make a whole video about curses Minecraft should add. Curse of luck. See, if you think luck is a curse, I got some really bad news for you, friend. Got some bad news about what the rest of the world feels luck is. Curses detract from the game, Imo. I don't know. I think they're so harmless because they're so minorly used. I do see how if they got more common, they'd become annoying. But I just don't think they're at that point yet. I don't think they're there. Also, yeah, we're gonna have a few layers of the mountain that go like relatively inwards after the really steep climb. But then we'll go right back up to steep again. Gamblers would wager other use. Also, come on, I need lightning. Game, just one strike, just one, and I'll be so happy. I've got everything I need. I got the pigs, I got the sword. I just need you, game. Curse of lightnings. Also known as channeling, huh? Also known as channeling. Curse of disenchantment. When a player hits you, one of the enchantments on your stuff vanishes. That's not a curse. That's like, that would be something that would upset you. Like, that's the curse of upset your friends. You know, I read about every now and then. Like, so I whenever I'm making a video, I like to just check on the MCP subreddit. Sadly, it's not very big. I think if you want to discuss Bedrock, you'll have a better time on the IBX Toycat subreddit than the MCPE one. But, which is kind of a shame that, like, whatever. I read an argument about two players, like, and it's like, man, if you want to play Minecraft with your friends, like, I find it to be like, I find most people to be exhausting to play games with. Because when you're playing, like, a game together, it's really easy. Like, do the good thing, it's fine. But if you're playing a game where it's like, you know, you have to coexist. Like, in a way, Minecraft teaches you valuable skills about, like, hey, don't be terrible to be around. You know, in a way, Minecraft can teach you about government, if you really think about it, right? Because it's teaching you, like, okay, when are these do we need someone with that, you know, like, that monopoly on force to send the, also, ouch. The time it took to do that damage, kind of fun if you ask me. Well, I'm down here anyway, I guess I can patch up these holes. I guess I cannot patch up these holes. Curse of arthropods, every block you mine is full of silverfish. The curse of arthropods would be awful. I can coexist in my little corner by myself, lol. I don't know, like, maybe like a communist Minecraft server, huh? Oh, what was that, by the way? Just got whammed on right there. I'm gonna have a little drink of water, by the way. By the way, I love this apple juice. It's definitely just apple juice. But if apple cider is just apple juice, sign me up. Sign me up, the curse of taxes. Death and taxes. Those are the only things you cannot escape. So yeah, we're building a mountain right now, by the way. I think it's a fun little thing. Also, Stephen Renfro says, I see Java Superflat. Well, you know, when I read it out loud before it shows up on the screen, people go, Toycat, you ignored that. It's like, one, I think I'm allowed to ignore tips if I want to. Right? Like, I think that's my prerogative. Should I want to. Two, you know, I don't think you were paying attention to the stream. And that's okay if you're not paying attention. But don't make your not paying attention my issue. You know, that's the problem. Like, that's a Minecraft server thing, right? Like, okay, if you're on a Minecraft server and someone wants to like go AFK in the side, therefore making it impossible to sleep, is that your issue or theirs? You know, they are making your Minecraft experience worse by existing and doing nothing. Also, I see Java Superflat worlds of huge builds, but they don't know the struggles of a Bedrock Superflat. You're the true alpha. Toycat is yes. Yeah, it has to be said. There is there's no questioning the ridiculousness that is trying to play Bedrock Superflat. I saw one person attempt it on Java, and to be. Do you see that, by the way? Am I crazy? Was that lightning? Was it? I don't know if we'd even notice lightning over here. Minecraft saved my marriage, says Butt Toucher. Honestly, you probably could have saved your marriage better by, I don't know, touching your wife's butt more and or touching it less. I'm not sure if she's like in love with the butt touching or not. You have to give me an update based on your own situation. But yeah, that's my take. Okay, so we have to keep going up with this mountain. I want to make a safe way for the water to flow from this over to here later, but I think we can easily do that. Just kind of naturally bring up the mountain around here. Yeah, this will work just fine. So bring it up on this side too. Obviously, there's going to be a weird gradient where that is if we don't like kind of naturally build into it. Wait, that was lightning, right? That was the sky going crazy. Am I crazy, chat? Am I believing? That was probably the sky light level changing because of the day. That wasn't thunderstorms. You can see if it's thunderstorm because the clouds go dark gray. You can sleep in a bed and you see mobs spawning. Yeah, I think that was wishful thinking. It's okay to have wishful thinking, as long as you know you're having wishful thinking. I have to go now, but hello Toycat, says Padawan. Good to see you, Padawan. Whilst I was doing a Superflat world in Java, I wish those buildings existed on a Bedrock flat world. So, Clary Frey, for people like you, so many people have had this exact same thought and feeling. So many people, in fact, that I figured, you know what, something has to be done. We have to make a difference for all these people. But how could we make a difference? Wow, it just seems impossible. Here is my idea. Here is my... I've put together... Oh, this is weird, breaking blocks. Okay, let's do it anyway. I've put together a bunch of the things that people want, including some custom structures, into a custom Superflat world. It is, it's coming out real soon, actually. It's coming out a week today. I'm really, really, really excited about it. It's going to be called Ultra Flat Survival. It's going to have the usual, like, challenges if you want to do them that way. But yeah, it's going to be an opportunity to play Superflat with structures if you want them, and also the ability to go to the Nether if you want. Even if you're a creative player and you have no care about survival, having a flat Nether or a flat end to build on is something that I think a lot of people have always wanted. So, I've set that up. I think it's a cool thing for survival or creative players. And yeah, also, can you make it so we can cure zombie piglins for trades? Yeah, Nintendo Lie. When zombie piglins first spawn, they'll spawn in as piglins. And then you can trade with them, or you can try and keep them as piglins. Or you can trade with them during the 30 seconds before they convert. Or if you want, you can immediately send them to the Nether, and then they'll stay piglins there. Is that how conversion works, or are they stuck? Actually, you know, I haven't played around with that part of the map. It's something... There is actually a little bit of a fix we have to, like, add for the... But it's that's the idea. It will work that way. Piglins will be great. I did play Superflat on Bedrock because of this series. I just lost it when I re-downloaded Minecraft. Oh, that really sucks, Clary Frey. I'm really sorry to hear it. Also, hey, thank you, Darren Hughes, for gifting 10 memberships. You know, again, next level gifting here. Thank y'all kindly for gifting us all the way up to 800 members. We're now just 97 members away from playing Medium Salmon Edition. That's absolutely wild if you think about it. If you go back to the Nether from the... Oh, God. I have to go to sleep. I don't want to... I can't go to sleep, actually. That would be silly. Actually, no. There's no way there's going to be any mobs spawning while I'm this close to the... Oh, yeah, that's weird. No way. Yeah. So, yeah, all of you are just becoming members right now. Here's something, there's a member-only video coming soon. Again, like, it was planned as a regular channel video, but it didn't quite work. So we're gonna make it into a member-only video. I think it's the coolest idea. It's Harrison guiding me as I play Minecraft. Maybe I'm, you know, less than... Also, I think we're gonna move this like a block. We want it to like go on a curve a little bit, so... Okay, so there, and then also... Wow, the way that spider hit worked was very strange too. Yeah, congratulations, you're all you can access all the member-only videos, including me bathing in Iron Brew, but especially that thing. Can the end city spawn? Says Ink Bendy of Toy Cat. The end ship can spawn. I decided against the end city. I was kind of torn on it actually, but it was one of those decisions that's kind of hard, right? Like, do you go with end cities? And I figured like everyone wants end ship for the loot, whereas end cities it's like a little bit too much. Also, when is the member-only video coming up? It'll be probably this week, I'd guess. That's my closest guess on that. Curse of no end cities. I missed skinning because of work, but I made it in time to catch the rest, says Ice Drake 79 CR. I'm proud of you for catching it in time to make the rest of the stream. How's it going, Ice Drake 79 CR? I hope you're having a wonderful live stream. My live stream's going great too. Thank y'all for asking. I tend to avoid the end in every way. Well, if you don't want to go to the end on Superflat, you don't have to. But in Ultraflat Survival, my new map that's coming out on November 1st, by the way. November 1st is when you can get your hands on Ultraflat Survival. It's gonna be a dandy map. It is gonna be. Something that I got a really good idea, and we might do it as like an update. Is putting a copy of the flat survival map, like as a playable little, like as a little bonus, you know, if you want. I think that'd be a fun idea. Also, drink more apple cider. I mean, if you insist. If you would enjoy me drinking apple cider, there you go. Texan accent. Well, that is my Texan accent. I say, that's not a Texan accent. That's actually my generic Southern accent. I'm from the south of England. On a technical basis, I think I'm actually closer to the east of England. But I say that there are many ways in which the south has a little bit of a bad reputation. You know, it is a funny flip of the south-north thing is like, the south of England, at least, is the richest part of it. Whereas, like, it's usually... The north, historically, was the better off bit, right? You know, minus... Probably because of all the agricultural differences, perhaps, but still. Curse of the boat. Yes, we're still creating new curse ideas. What brand is that apple cider? It's just generic. You know, it's Mr. Whitehead's. Seriously, Mr. Whitehead's. What sort of a name is Whitehead? You know, I'm just saying. What's up with the semi-drunk Toy Cat video? Did I miss it? It is, it's in the Unlisted live streams playlist. We did it for 750 members. It took by the end of that, I was feeling like, because I hadn't eaten, but I did, you know, enjoy myself. It was a bit crazy. Also, what's your opinion on Ohio from the government of Ohio? I think that Ohio is a mighty fine place. There's nothing like Ohio cigars and Ohio brand clothing. And you know what I love more than anything? The Ohio cake. I think the cool thing about Ohio is people love their neighbors there. No, whenever I hear like somewhere they're like, oh yeah, here, people really trust their neighbors and this and that. I always think like, why do we have to pretend to be so idealistic? The ideal neighbor is one you barely know, right? Like, the ideal neighbor is someone where you go, hi, and they go, hi. You know, just as I came home today after getting my cider, you know what my neighbor said? You doing good, Andrew? I said, yep, yourself? No, I said hi, and they said, you all right? That was our interaction. It was great. It was mighty fine, that interaction was. I would say it was one of the finest that I'd ever seen, if I'm being totally honest. Yeah, I'm using a lot of dirt, kind of unnecessarily here, but it's fine. It was a mighty fine interaction. I would say it was one of the finest there ever was. If I was to say such a thing, that would be a very accurate description of my opinion. You winning, Andrew. You know, my neighbors should start saying that. No, I really am glad. So, a lot of Americans are terrified about living in a house where both your walls are different people. It's kind of like halfway between an apartment and a house, and a detached house, I guess. Like if you think about it that way. But the cool thing to me is that in all the rooms of my house that I use for like when the bad neighbors are on the sides of this house. You know, the neighbors I like are on the sides of the house that I don't go on, and the neighbors that I don't like are on. I feel like that's a good balance to have. My ideal neighbor is 3 miles away. Oh, that scares me. Okay, so that's the one thing I want in a neighbor is if I scream that I'm being murdered, they should consider calling the police. But you do that when your neighbor's 3 miles away, you know what they're gonna say? They're not gonna hear you at all. The curse of no big salmon. Alioma, sorry if you spam. Even if you are gonna get your thing. So cat rents a room to a chatter. Okay, chat. Who needs a room? Okay, chat. Are you looking for a room in? Are you looking for a room in East London? For a very, very favourable rate of just 850 Great British pounds, you can have your own room with an ensuite bathroom. Hear me out here. And also, you'll get to hear Toy Cat walking around the house. And so every time we meet in the hallway, you can ask member-only questions. And my neighbor is a co-op. That would be... I'd like my downstairs neighbor to be a cop. I wouldn't want to live next to it. Because then people would walk into your house by accident being like, "Oi, you got any bananas today?" And you'd be like, silly Gareth, this isn't co-op. This is my home, where my children live. Please leave. If you spam, you get a thing? Cool. What kind of thing? Gonna make my company pay Toy Cat every time I go to the London office. I mean, I would love to. I think that would be so fun to like, you know, like have it be like a company lap, but then it's like your company doing it that way. I think this is a very good idea. We should totally do. Okay, so now, but then I'm gonna. Okay, that's. Oh god, look at the way the dirt's floating. I need to make the dirt flow through here, and then come across there. Kind of sideways it a bit more. I guess it can go into being a bit wider here. But yeah, what matters is the water needs to flow. Okay, I think we're just about ready there. So if we place the water on the side of this, it's still not going to be great. I think, why is it so laggy? I'm sorry, it's all the pigs. I was hoping lightning would have struck. Like, I was thinking that by keeping look, okay, if you want to see the lag, chat, if you want to see where it's coming from, it's this. Oh, God. Yeah, it's gone now, though. It's gone now. £850 for London is decent, says Austin Davison. £850 for a room. I live in York in a terrace house for $650. Yeah, no, if you... What is crazy? I thought I was, like, charging, like, a lot. At about 800. But, like, given that that's all bills included, right? That's inclusive of electricity, which runs, like, very expensive. Like, and also it's in the, you know, the most expensive city in the UK. I think it's a pretty good deal. If you don't think it's a good deal, you don't have to live. There is this real big, there is this very big, like, one of the biggest divides we see in society, because property effectively has created a new type of wealth. Like, it's wealth in these big physical assets that you need to live in. And so, like, that, and the value is kind of determined from, like, what seems like nothing. What seems like just, oh yeah, arbitrarily we all sit down one day and we say that houses in Manchester are worth, you know, 300,000. Houses in Leeds are worth $250,000. Houses in London are worth 700,000, or whatever the numbers we're coming up with are. But yeah, it seems very arbitrary, and maybe on some level it is entirely arbitrary. But it's actually like there are it's based on like the local economy and income and all the other uses of the housing. And if you paid double as much in rent, you would think, oh god, that sucks, I'm paying double as much in rent. But if you earned more than double as much, or even not even earn double as much, right? It's if you pay £1,000, if you pay £500 in rent, but you earn 20,000 a year, it's better to earn 30,000 a year and pay 1,000 in rent, because your rent only went up 6,000, but your earnings went up by 10,000. And so that's why the richest cities can afford to have such expensive rents and house prices. Or you could say that that's like landlords siphoning off everyone's money. I don't know. It's kind of debatable. You can kind of make a good argument both ways, I think. Is there a way to get Zoglins in survival other than getting a Hoglin into a Nether portal? The answer is it depends on how you're feeling today. And my rent isn't even $8.50 a month, but we do rent from family. Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing: your rent plus your utilities is probably $8.50. It might not be. I don't know your exact situation. So, and admittedly, you get a whole house rather than a room. But then again, it's that like you're unlucky. Even if you don't like big cities for the sake of big cities, I love cool cities. I personally, I know that's just a preference, but whatever. But even if you don't love it, like it's the earning potential here is higher than elsewhere, and yeah, again, like that's before you start counting all the fun things. Like I walked past like 7 gelato places on the way. You know how I did a 90-minute walk, then a 20-minute walk, then a 10-minute walk. In the 20-minute walk, I went past like 4 poke places, like several gelato places, like several, and you know, like you might have no value on those things. You might think that's excessive. That's what's the word? Bougie. that's not for me. But it's like I don't know, like anything seems excessive if you don't want it or have it. But there clearly is an economic value to it in the world. It's like, well, here's a good example. Being a member, right? It seems dumb. Like I don't need to be a member. It costs $5 a month. And do I really want to see Toy Cat bathing in Iron Brew? I can't believe you don't want to see Toy Cat bathing in Iron Brew, by the way. 7 gelato places. I think this is the bad place. Oh no, I love good gelato. I don't know. I used to think like, isn't gelato just ice cream? But since like I've been converted. I think I've just realized it's so. I don't know what the difference is. I genuinely can't tell you. It's just the flavors are more fun. I went for a walk in New York. I was having like real bad stomach pain because I don't know if I'm lactose intolerant. I noticed the pattern between eat ice cream, feel bad. And so I was going from New York to get like a healthy breakfast. And I was on like Broadway, I think it was. I just passed the like best looking, and it's like, of course I'm gonna go in there and eat your. They just kept offering me samples, and I was like, haha, I'm eating your free samples, and then I'm gonna leave. But then I ate so many free samples that I found so many flavors I loved, and then I ate too much ice cream. And what I'm saying is, cities are full of these like awful like, again, every one of you that doesn't love what I've just spoken about are like, man, it's like, Cat, you're the most out of touch human being I've ever spoken to. But yeah, it's to me that's cool that you have the option to. You can also live in a city and just ignore that stuff. Go to a Tesco and but the choices are more than if you live elsewhere. Also, rent and utility is $6.20 a month. Shows how low rent is again, but again, family. Yeah, I guess that's an effect. Like, you know, if you live with your parents, it doesn't cost you money, but it does cost money. It just doesn't cost you money. And so that someone is bearing a cost in there somewhere. It's just probably like cost of, what's the word? Opportunity cost. Like they could be renting to someone for more, but they'd rather rent to you. It's still very, I'm sure it's like not ridiculous after that. That's a good indicator of intolerance. I think what it might be, and this is me like, this is like, what's the word? Like, this is me trying to cope, I guess. Because I love ice cream too much to think that I'm actually allergic to it. In Southern California, rent in a ghetto area is $2,500 for a tiny 2-bed apartment. Yeah, there are... I think there are some markets that are, like, just as bad as the UK. Wait, actually, you know what? If Dave... If anyone from New York here, what would... If you wanted to live within, let's say, a mile radius of Manhattan, what would a room cost you? A room with all bills included. If you can vibe us out here. I live in a small town in Scotland, only paying $3.30 for rent. Yeah, the town I grew up in, it used to cost like $300 for a studio when I was like in school, when I was in college, I should say. And then by the time I left, like last year to move here, it was $650 for a studio. Like it more than doubled in that time. Which is like kind of crazy, really, I guess, when you think about it, that literally Los Angeles and NYC are wild. Yeah, it's I think it's that proof of like there are just so many more people that want to live there than can live there. You know how we were talking about earlier, like the fundamental problem at the bottom of our system is there is a scarcity of resources. There are more people who want things than there are things. There is nowhere that's more true for than housing, because all these places with really expensive rents. IBX Toycat, you might be predisposed to dairy intolerance from your heritage. Oh, yeah, Asian people are way more likely to be lactose intolerant. I should ask my grandmother's lactose intolerant. No, she... Actually, you know, I'm going to ask. Yeah, she must be. She's full-on Sri Lankan. So, yeah, I'll check up on her. Huh, yeah. She's like, well, she's Sri Lankan with a bit of Chinese in there or something, but like... so much rain but no thunder. It's so sad too, right? Like, I just wanna experience the thunder. Is that so much to ask, internet? Is that so much to ask? Too much to ask? In fact, I think I should stay around so I'm gonna do a quick harvest of my farms. Then I'm gonna hang around the sheep farm, and I'm gonna do as much like harvesting as I can there. In fact, actually, I'll also I'll do some breeding too. I swear you've lived in Luton. No way do significant people want to live in Luton, so how can rent be going up? Says Orange Brian Smith. So, again, I won't talk too much about it to avoid giving out too much information. But, yeah, where I live was on the very outskirts of London. So that's why I love living there. But as it got, as London gets more and more... Okay, this is almost like... this is where people get upset with the idea, because... As London gets more and more expensive, again, it costs... Even though I was saying it costs $650 to live in a studio in my outer London suburb, living in a room, not a whole studio, you get a room. It has an ensuite bathroom, but it's a room here. Costs $850, right? And so, if you want to save £200, well, probably a lot more if you're buying like a bigger home than a studio. But if, you know, like follow the idea, right? If you want to save £200. In exchange for a 40-minute commute each way, you live out where I used to live, right? And so even though that place didn't necessarily get more desirable in itself, it got more desirable by comparison to London. This is called arbitrage. The thing itself isn't more valuable, but something that it is directly equivalated to is more valuable. Like, I don't know, I can talk endlessly about examples, but it's a thing, right? It's a thing. So let's breed some more baby sheeps. Let's we probably have to, you know, let's kill all these guys. How did you even get here? Let's be honest. You shouldn't be here. You're all in the wrong place. I'm gonna have too much sheep wool after this. I didn't want for you all to die. You made yourselves die here. Okay, so breed those a little bit more. There's just so many sheep that ended up in these ones over here. Even this, like, come on, dude. So we'll breed another one of you. I'm gonna be very careful of when I've got the wheat out to make sure sheep stay in their pen as long as possible. What is £500 in USD? But yeah, that's the fundamental thing of like, as there are way more people that want to live in London than there are houses in London, not only does that mean house prices go up here, but then there's some of those people that would love to pay £750 a month for a room, but they can't because it costs £850. Now they find the worst places here, and they're like, fine, I'll take the place where there's black mold on the ceiling, and my landlord smells like meat. And then the people who can only pay $700, they're now like, I can't. There's literally nothing I can afford here. I'll have to live slightly further away. And yeah, I don't know. It's a thing. They have to make prices of trading increase to make the game more realistic. Yeah, villagers should say to you when you try to trade with them, sorry mate, because of all the money we lost during the pandemic, we're gonna have to raise our prices to make it back. I hope that's okay. Hope you understand. Should be exact. That you're right. It's not realistic if they don't. Yeah, it's also yeah, that's if inflation continues like this, we'll all end up broken. That's called an efficiency apartment where I live. Oh, I don't think I had anyone from New York respond about the is anyone here watching this stream from New York? You know, I was hoping David would be here, but I don't think he is. What's your favorite color? You know, I like pink sheep. You know, is that wrong? Is that I responded. Oh, I missed it. What does it cost, David? Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I can't see it on my screen. I've got a very tall chat. Gonna be about. Wait, ready for a room? Not for a studio, right? Like for a 2 or 3 bed apartment, and you get one of the rooms with your own bathroom. Let's say. Let's say without the bathroom. Let's just say you want to have a room in a 2 or 3 bedroom. There's no way that's still $2,500. Because I can imagine. I think 3K is about a studio in Manhattan, like $3,000 a month. But real if that is like just the price, that's nuts. Oh, maybe 1,500. Okay, so 1,500. That's like the bare entry level. I know you can theoretically get cheaper if you were like, if you stayed in a studios can be $700, but it's literally a shoebox. I mean, let's be real. If you're the sort of person who goes, oh, I could never pay for $1,500 a month, then paying half that price to live in a tiny studio would be worth it. Like I saw a, I'll try and explain the layout using Minecraft. Actually, I saw a house that was I don't know why I got recommended like a YouTube short of like what people pay for New York City apartments recently. And so the house was the size of like, no joke. Okay, you see this sugarcane farm? The house was the size of the farm. So like it was like maybe 2 persons width, and then it was let me mine out the sugar. It was like this long. So it was like quite long for an apartment, but it was just there's a kitchen here. These sugar canes are the kitchen. Then there was like a desk here. There was a TV here and a sofa here. And then like above the kitchen there was a bed. And like I was thinking to myself like, man, if you're living like single, right? If you just, you know, you're there to save some money to buy or to, you know, like eventually leave or whatever. Don't you want the cheapest place humanly possible? If it's nice too, like heck yeah. Like a nice small place is way better than a terrible big place. So yeah, also it was only 6 foot wide. I think 6 foot wide might be a stretch. I guess it would have been more than, it would have been like 7 foot, because it would probably be enough to, no, probably about 6 foot wide actually. It'd be barely enough to stretch a person out on. Because his bed was like facing this way. It wasn't this side. I don't think it would have fit that way. Live with parents till you're 85. Yeah, I think one of the biggest like growing, almost like wealth inequality, not wealth inequality, but like one of the biggest issues for opportunity inequality, I guess, is that if you live with parents that offer you free rent, that is a life-changing advantage. If you can stand to live with them, that's even more of an advantage. If you have parents that aren't aren't like trying to get you out of the house. You know, that's like a big kickstart to life. You know, earning $1,000 a month and not paying rent is an insane amount of money. Earning $1,000 a month and having to own your own place is poverty, right? So the in this, you know, earning, you can take that with any amount basically, and so that's one of the biggest like differences to me. That living with my parents is very helpful right now. Can vouch, right? It's literally the biggest expense that most people have, but not having it because your parent. Yeah, I remember the first time one of my friends told me like, oh yeah, so, yeah, my mother charges me full rent, and it's like, if she's charging you market rent, I would like, I only paid like, you know, like a fraction of what the rent would be, like, you know, maybe call it like, yeah, it was, and like to me, I was like, at the time, I was like, not outraged, but I was like, you know, is that really normal? But like looking back, it's like actually, yeah, that was actually very, very, very useful. Like, rather than having, like, I have a friend who's like, whose parental figure they live with is like, yeah, you pay half the rent because you're half the people in this house. And it's like, imagine having to live with a parent who's going to be all parenty at you, you know, like, ooh, don't put your feet on the sofa. Don't, make sure you do the washing up when you know, like, if you live by yourself, you realize why you want those rules quickly, but at least it's your decision to choose to want them, you know? IBX Toycat, Jonas in Nevada. I have a funny, that is my basic plan. You know, I'm gonna be in Vegas again soon, actually, internet, if you're curious. So if you wanna get this room for just $8.50 a month, hit me up soon. Just to clarify, if you do hit me up, I'm gonna politely decline probably. I have a new roommate moving in soon, actually. I've hinted before, but she's from the Soviet Union. That's cool. You know, I was suspicious, but then she showed me a document that said definitely from the Soviet Union. It's fun. Don't forget to be healthy. Yeah, I think I mentioned before, I've got a real bad, like, when someone tells me to do something, I just almost immediately want to do the opposite. And so I learned to feel like I was being clever by not brushing my teeth, because, like, you know, I'd always get told every day, like, brush your teeth. And then if I didn't brush my teeth, but I said I did, I'd get away with it. It wasn't, like, enforced in any way. And so for years, I was like, look how clever I am. Not brushing my teeth 3 times a day. Or whatever the amount is. In reality, oh no, what are you doing down here, friend? What are you doing down here? More importantly, friend. Yeah, I think I have to start torching up more of this place. I think otherwise I'm just going to run into issues. So, Kat, what's your opinion on politics? I think politics is good. No, I'm just kidding. I think politics is bad. You know, I'm kidding again. I think politics is neither good nor bad. Yeah, extreme opinions. So Cat refer us the Soviets as plumbers says a lot about our society. Hey, so Cat, what football club do you support? I support the ones that have big letters in their names. Or small letters in their names, you know? I'd accept that too, actually. Nice big letter. Are these pumpkins or are these melons? I think they're pumpkins. And then these would be melons, right? So I broke a melon to get its melon seeds, so we have to replant those. I don't know why I keep ending up with them broken here. But I do. So clearly got to work on the design here. These takes are so hot, I've got to cook dinner. Anyone wants to cook us? Be here in 20. Okay, chat. Everyone, you heard the man. We're heading out to David's to get some couscous now. Some cows, if you will. I believe that's the correct pronunciation. I think it's pretty cool that we end up with both the curses today. I think the bigger curse, though, is not our curse of binding and our curse of vanishing. Side note, I really do think if you are going to troll someone, curse of binding is much funnier. If you could theoretically put curse of vanishing on your own stuff and maybe get some use from the mental aspect of it, though, right? You know, you can avoid the downside of Curse of Vanishing. Oh, I had Curse of Vanishing on something earlier because I remember now, actually. I definitely had this Curse of Vanishing because I remember I lost something because it had Vanishing on. So that's a fun little thing. Oh, also, I've got a villager I need to trade with before I go. Okay, he's got an emerald on him. Just trade all the way. Okay, what pickaxe have we got? Ooh, it's got Unbreaking too. Yeah, that's not... I don't know why I expected to have any use from that. This axe has Unbreaking on too. Yeah, there's... I mean, it's a cool premise to have an axe of Unbreaking. I just don't really know what I'm going to do with it. If I ever need to chop literally thousands of blocks, I got the guy. But I don't think I will have to. Yeah, yep, your good bow. Yeah, I forgot about that. Thank you, Pat, for reminding me. My good bow. Oh, yeah, the pain. It's still with me. Clearly, from the fact that I only just remembered. Also, yeah, I need to put Unbreaking on my shovel. I think I have enough levels now, right? Do I have enough level? Where did I even put the books when I'm done with them? You know, I can just buy another one, I guess, right? No, we're gonna go find it. We're gonna go. Let's go move them here. It was powerful bow of cut. It's crazy. I still don't have a bow as good as the one that I lost. Has to be said how nuts that is. So we'll put Unbreaking on it, and then we'll put Unbreaking on my helmet. Already on my helmet. Okay, so we'll put Unbreaking on this if we can, and then I think that's about all we need. I know it cost a lot, but how much was a lot? 18. Yeah, there we go. Just to be a little bit better than it was before. It sucks to spend 18 levels, sure. But now we're free. Free to do what we need to do. And, ooh, it's raining again. I hope you all enjoyed today's Let's Play, where we got the curses. I really liked, honestly, I like that the world is coming together. We're getting more and more builds in this thing. It's quite cool in my opinion. But the biggest step between me and Forward's progress is lightning. And so I think the next stream might not be Thursday, but it's going to be soon. We're going to have to just grind out, just sit there for as long as it takes for lightning to spawn. So I look forward to that. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow for the Java and/or Bedrock snapshots. Thanks for watching. Thank you for the members. You see how many we got now? 803. 97 away from playing Medium Sound Edition. That's exciting if I've ever heard exciting. So yeah, subscribe and consider becoming